Did Judgment Day just take place? What just happened? Stay tuned. God bless you, friends. Thank you for joining me on this morning on Morning Nuggets. This is yours truly, Pastor Nate. And as always, it is my absolute pleasure every time I come and speak with you. Was it Judgment Day the other night? It was like everybody was just lined up explaining their case. I say that because a couple nights ago, people were explaining themselves. People were pointing the fingers and pointing and shifting blame. People were backpedaling. People were kissing up. People seemed fearful and intimidated. Who are those people? People in the beefing sector. VS came back a couple days ago on another YouTuber's channel, and she was talking about her experiences. People who were talking behind the scenes, she was asking questions and straightening things out. People were trying to explain themselves, and some may have been lying and carrying on. But you can tell that people were very uncomfortable, as others say. They were shook. Some people feel that VS is feared, and some feel like she's worshiped. I don't have nothing against VS. I don't know her, but I know some of the work that she's put out. I've been around for a long time. I just became a content creator in 2019, but I've been around for a while, and I know the history. I was there when DC Gate was going on, when she was in the hotel room with QI. I was there when she was braiding her hair and doing the braids in her house, and when she was in the kitchen doing lives, and when she was showing us the vegetables that she was growing, and she was showing us her puppies. I was there when she accused Tim Blaine of breaking the dog's legs, so to speak. I was there with all of that. I was there when she was going back and forth with who she called Shalina. And I was there when she went back and forth with Tracy and posting the mother. I was there with the Larry Nelson situation. So, and the list just goes on. I've seen all those things. If you have no knowledge of the beef sector, or if you do not know Miss VS, just from listening at these videos, you can tell that fear is incited. Take a listen to the various ones.
People thought when she came back I was gonna be scared.
And if it hadn't been for you being so scared of VS last night,
people was afraid of her because she did some really vicious, grimy things.
Those of you who were not here back then get to see how spooked she had their asses.
The humiliation, the finger pointing, the bowing down. There was so much bowing down going on yesterday. My back went out watching all them people just bow down.
Your name on the street, VS, is basically built around fear and intimidation.
Friend, listen. Ooh, you see that man up there? My God in Zion. That's the only one I fear. Oh, yes. That's the only one I worship. He's the only one I fear, and not so much of being afraid, but I give him reverent fear. I give him worship. There's a scripture, Matthew 10 and 28, that says we shouldn't fear the one who can destroy the body. Hear me, friend. But we should fear the one who can destroy the body and the soul. That's who we should fear. And as I stated before, not so much of fear like I'm scared, I'm afraid, but reverent fear, worship. But I don't necessarily think that she wants people to fear her, because when her and James Caldwell was talking, James made a point to say that, hey, people fear you. And VS's response was, I don't know why. So I don't think she wants people to fear her. I think people just put her up on the pedestal, and they just put her in that position. Before I close this exhortation, I would like to point out some of the things that I saw and observed during the time she was on the panel a couple days ago, on Bailey's panel, I believe. And that's when others was coming on asking questions and making their comments or what have you. But this is what I took away. I sensed some responsibility and accountability in VS's voice on that panel. She would say things like, I'm still on probation. She would say things like, I've learned my lesson. She would say things like, I don't know if I'm coming back. I'm not sure. I have pages doing other things in other sectors, as if she was tired of the mess in the beef sector. I don't know if y'all heard her say that now. So saying all those things, those of you who feel like she has no boundaries, I saw some boundaries that night. I saw some restraints. And another thing she says, I'm talking to my therapy. And to me, when she was saying those things, she was talking as if I don't do the things I used to do. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to go a different direction. That's what I heard in that conversation. And I know a lot of people are speculating and saying she's going to do the same thing that she's done. And I don't know. She may, time will tell. But I'm just telling you what I've heard. Let me know what you think about this exhortation. Let me know what you think about what was said on the panel or what I talked about, whether you agree or not. Thank you for joining me this morning. In the meantime, in between time, be at peace and not in pieces. And stop being scared.